This is G Vibes, and you're listening to the Prophet Kwaku on the Nubian Forum People's Talkshow. Greetings, this is G Vibes, and you're listening to the Prophet Kwaku on the Nubian Forum People's Talkshow.
Itepe, Eneke, Jea, Senebe, Otep Grand People, Akwaba, welcome. Reason name are the creating force of the universe. The omnipotent being that which is greater than ourselves. Was many names. Oludu Mare, Nkulu Kunkulu, Kwame Blafashe, Mungo, Ja, Aman Ra, Ashe, and big up Lady Blessed G. Rise up yourself. 3 hours of Lovers Rock from 2 till 5. Before that, we had the greatest Larry in the world, Fat Larry, causing all tight. Big up yourself. I want to say rise up to the rock family all around the world. We know we're international. Big up to all the listeners them on Saturn, Venus, Mars, Milky Way, all the Africans them on the motherland, Mama Africa. Big up on yourself. Africans in the Caribbean, Africans in the Europe and the Americas. Big on up. You're in tune to Nubian Forum People's Talk Show. Live here on the rock. 926.com 87.8 FM. You know that I love this track, innit? And I love this singer, Bushman. Love Bushman down to the bone. Love his music. Because a man who don't differ and him not stray from his music and where my deal it. And the reason why I play this particular track, I'm gonna play a little bit more of it. I'm gonna start again from the beginning. And there's a reason why me play this track here today. See? There's a specific me play this track here today. I want to listen to it again. See? All those kids you led astray. You hear him say? Him say, listen to that part there, all the children you led astray. And that's part of what this show is about this evening. Or this late afternoon coming into the evening. First and foremost, I want to give thanks and praise to the Creator. And I want to give thanks and praise to the ancestors, those that came before us, who paved the way, whose shoulders we stand upon. We want to venerate them and remember them. All of them. Too many names to mention, and even from the famous to the not so famous. Because even in our own lineage, our family, our parents, they are our famous, they are our celebrities. They're the ones that paved the way so that we could be here today. So we honor and venerate them. Big up to Nev's home of the 8 panels down there on Brixton Station Road Fridays and Saturdays. Check him out in the best 8 panels hats, you know, and good discount if you go down there and say you heard this on the rock926.com on the Nubian Forum Talk Show. It will give you a discount, and he's one of the official sponsors of this show and our Saturday school, Nubia African Community Foundation School. Big up to ADE Photographic Pictorians, African Development Enterprise, down there in the Peckham area, the indoor market in Peckham. See, best in all type of photographic things, from videoing to documenting your history of your family in terms of your christenings, your weddings, your namings, your divorce, your print pan cup, designer, a leaflet designer, business card designer, book designer, magazine designer, any kind of design him do it and him do it fine. See? So them is down at 48 Riley and Peckham Southeast 15 5 B dub BY. I'm not gonna say BW in it. Yeah? So just check that out, indoor market, unit 49 to 52 Riley indoor market. Check them out. And here's a number if you want to call them. Monday to Saturday from 10 till 6. See? And you can get them down there and check them out. 0207 1655483. The banners, all kind of things. Anything you want, anything to do with the printing and photographic thing. Albums, anything. Them man they do it. And they're one of the official sponsors of this show and also official sponsors of our Saturday school, Nubian African Community Foundation School. So there you have it. See? You're in tune to the Nubian Folk Show on rock926.com. And every week I can come on and talk about this thief who thief my bike. I know me not find the thief. And nobody no send me a name or nothing, but I want to post it out, go on my Facebook, Nubian Forum. And you will see the thief. Thief my bike. And I'm going to talk about it every week. Yeah? Some people say, boy, quick, you have some issue. They know me love that bike there. I tell you God true, the bike have history. Believe what I tell you. And it's like me now no legs. Man thief my bike. So I just put it out there to the people them. See, I want to find a boy, the big old man, a thief, damn thief. But right now, you're in through the Nubian Forum People's Talkshow. We have more important things to discuss. There's a series of things that's happened over the last 3 weeks. And it's almost as if, as a community, we're numb to it. We've become numb to our own suffering. We've become numb to our own Holocaust. Nobody really cares about the plight of African people. And that includes Africans. It's almost as if we can feel more pain and sorrow for other people's disasters in the history of their group than we can have for our own. We only get involved in activism. And activism is not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing. But the West makes it sound and seems as a bad thing. And activism is not bad. As long as you're not breaking any so-called laws. But with certain activism, you have to break laws. It doesn't have to mean that you go around and you kill people, because those are kind of laws you don't really want to go and kill off people and all them thing there. Yeah, but you can do civil disturbance, which, there's penalties for it, but it's not no heavy crime where you murder people. You're just making people inconvenience and you're stopping people from making money, because the white man only cares about money. That's all he cares about. He don't care about nothing else. Money, a fiend God. See? And a lot of us as African people around the world has become exactly like him. Yeah? Love our money. No, that's not saying, sorry, I'm just drinking like a juice. That's not saying that I negate the net, because I was working today. I work because in the society that you live is governed by money. And so you need it to pay your bills, etc. You understand what I'm saying? But when I talk about the love of money, it's like some people, they can't get enough of it. They have enough and they want more. Some people or some groups think that they have the right to hog up the whole of the wealth. Because money is not actually wealth. What money is a mechanism which is used to purchase items. And they're going to get rid of it very soon. It's getting closer to it. All these things that we engage in, apps on phones, where we do our bankings on phone. You know, see, them a lock down Santander, say them a lock down 150 of them stores. Them bank, them buy. No, Santander is a Spanish company that bought Abbey National. Yeah, and then now them are closed down over 150 branches. Because say most of their people spend their time doing banking at home or on their phone, on their computer. But what it is, when you go into these particular banks, they move so slow. Have you noticed that ever since computers has come in everything moves slow? Everything. Nothing moves fast with computers. Me remember when we used to go, alright, me give an example. And I know I'm straying off what I was talking about, but I know what I'm talking about when I come up. But you know, my brain moves sometime. Me remember when we used to go this car place called Europarts. And this was before them did have computer. And you could go in them place there, man, just look in a book. And you get your part quickly. Now you're going there now. And then I tap this into the computer, tap that. You literally wait 2 minutes before they find the piece. And then another 3 minutes before you know, you spend 5-6 minutes waiting. Computers don't necessarily make things run that more efficient. Do you understand? What computers do, it lessen the physical man-woman power. So, for example, when we go into these supermarkets, where you used to have a teller, and a teller sits down and you know, takes your thing and dig and got you and what you're purchasing, and then you buy it. Now they have these what they call fast moving things. So they call it, ain't fast anyway, it's rubbish. But what it is self-serve. Now look at this. You're going into this shop to buy their products, and they want you to serve yourself. They want you to pay for buying from them, because that's what it is when you go through them quick things. And I'm not saying I've never used one, but 99.9% of the time I go in them shop, I don't use them. Don't care how long the queue is, I will stand up in the queue, because you know what, that loses people's job. That's what machines does. It's just like when you tap in now, and you remember you used to have in the old days, people's in my generation, you'd know that you had a bus conductor, and the bus conductor would come around and record your thing and boom 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 and rate. Now you don't have a bus conductor no more. You're just a bus driver. And you tap in, you go and you drive. So that's a job gone. That's a job market gone. Like, when you calculate that how many buses that is on the streets just of London, we're not even talking about the other home counties and things like the countries and all the different countries. That is thousands of jobs that's just been lost just by a machine. And then when you go down another tube, are the same thing. You understand what I'm saying? So computers and machinery is not necessarily progress. And if it's progress for who? It's not the progress for the masses. Because the people that own the company, they never lose. It's the ordinary man and woman that loses. So when we buy into a lot of these technological things, we have to be very mindful of what it is we're buying into. And so I heard a lot of talk about, you know, shops and high streets are shutting down, you know, and things like that, because nobody's buying, everybody's buying online and things like that. That is one of the truth. But the reality why high streets are shutting down is parking. Simple. You can't park nowhere on a not high street anywhere in London again. And if you can park, it's extraordinary amounts of money. You go to some places, you're paying like if you go West End, it's like £10 an hour to park. It's taking the piss. After drive, pay for £11 pay for drive in a London, then you have to pay another £10 an hour for park. I saw them have it. Now, who has that type of money to spend like that ordinarily? The living wage is £10 an hour. Yeah? The average working wage is what, £8 an hour. So it take you an hour to earn the £8, but you have to go get wait in a parking meter. This is how the state screws everyone. From you're on a certain level, you're getting screwed by the state. It's as simple as flipping that. You understand? So that is a little gripe I got with the old driving thing. Because I don't, and then, the amount of money that people are paying in insurance for probability. Because insurance is a probability. You might have an accident. You might knock somebody over. You might. Some people drive for 10, 12 years and never have an accident in their life. Who gets all that money? Do they get a rebate? No, they don't get a rebate. You're supposed to can get a rebate if you haven't had an accident in your car. Because it's like you're giving a man money for nothing. On a probability. But the reason why all these conglomerates can do the things that they do is because the masses of people buy into it. The mass doesn't realize the power the mass have. See, if we could get over our own personal differences, the government would have to jump to our true. Because the army can't go and do the work. They don't have enough people in the army to do that work. Them would have to jump to the masses' tune. But because there's a lot of endemic racism in this country, yeah, it's at the very core of the society. Yeah? And then they have this classism on top of it. You'll never defeat them. You'll never bring them down. Because they know that you are watch somebody poor like you next door. You don't know all them get them things, but you more envy them and vex with them. Because them probably come from a foreign country or somewhere like that. And the real people them who's screwing you, you don't look at them. Why? Because they look like you. And I'm talking to you white people. It's white people me I talk to with this particular strain of language me I use, Talking to you because you're so fool. You lot are so fool. Yeah? You don't even realize how fool you is. You understand? Right? Uno don't. You understand what I'm saying? So because you have your own personal racist ideas about other groups of people, you blame these other groups of people who come here and do well for themselves. Even in the face of adversity. And you hate them for it. And so this is why a portion of you, and it ain't the whole country, a portion of you voted to leave the European market. Not because you were upset with probably other white Europeans, and even them you don't like, but because you felt it would get rid of all the people who don't look like you, who are successful in your country. Because see, the people them that don't look like you, who are unsuccessful, who's murdering each other on the street, who's ending up in jail, you don't mind that because you like that, it makes you feel good. But the one them who are successful, are them who don't like. Well, hear this. It's not them holding you back. See, sorry about them, I licked on the mic. It's not animated out in here, I do me a go on, you can't see me. I know them, I make you can't survive. I know them I sack you. I know them I close down all these industries in the country. I know them. Is it them that's transferring their business from Britain to China? And then telling you that you must vote for Brexit because it's good for you. It's good for business. But them I take for them business. Oh, the man Dyson there. and one of them conservative MP, but you lot will still vote for them. You will still vote for them because they know, and they don't care about you. They don't give a shit about you. Sorry about the language, but it's the only expression I can use to define what I'm saying at this particular moment in time. They don't give a monkeys about you. You think them people who live in the Elizabeth and all them people then and Fiala crony them and them little society people them and Theresa May and all them people. You think them people have business about you know? Them not care nothing about you know. Poor white people. Them not like you know. But you're so fool and bigoted that you can't see it. You cannot see it. And you want to be upset with people. Listen, what you look, I said, white people, this is what I'm going to give you. I'm going to give you a little homework. Yeah? And the homework I'm going to give you is to go and study your history. Yes, Europeans. Go and study your little British history. Study it from the time of when the Romans left here. Yeah? Because when the Romans came here, you didn't know shit. Nothing. Yeah? In the caves and them thing. When the Roman general who conquered Britain in 30 BC, conquered Britain, he said the British were so dumb, he couldn't even make slaves of them. Listen to what I'm saying to you. He said the British were so dumb, he couldn't make slaves of them. You know what he was saying? Do you know what that man was saying? Because under Roman times, yeah, under Roman times, slavery was a different type of thing compared to the slavery that their cousins, which you, the British, French and Germans and all those Germanic people, them decided to do to Africa. Yeah, because the Romans enslaved the Gauls, which were the Germanic tribe of people them, which was Europeans and things, and the Spanish and all them people there, and the French. The Romans enslave all them people, white people and things, and black people, them enslave anybody. But the slavery of that time, you had to have a skill. So you could join the army, or you'd be a gladiator, or you'd be a blacksmith, yeah, or you'd be a builder. Them type of thing there, right? And they said the British were so dumb, you couldn't make slaves of them. Yeah? That's what he said. Yeah? So, you know, and this is, you know, this is, you know, your history. Is your history, you know? Your history. Go and study your history. Because you know why I want you to go and study your history? Because when you go and study your history, right? Yeah, when you go and study your history, what you will find is that wherever you went on this planet, you didn't agree with the other groups of people on the planet, or you tried to steal, you cheat, you connive, you know, any little way that you could turn the people them, yeah, against each other. Yeah? You did it. Not anybody else. Your ancestors did it. And the funny thing about it, yeah, the funny thing about the people that you hate now, who come to your country to be and has made themselves successful, some of them, not all of them, yeah, the people them that you hate now, they're the descendants of the people them that you went to their lands, colonized them, conquered them, did all the nefarious things that you do when you do on your conquer ship, yeah, lay waste to the land, robbed it of its natural resources, didn't really build nothing there, you know, unless you little colonial counterparts there, and just kept the countries underdeveloped. And you keeping those countries underdeveloped for that length of time, because climate wise, a lot of these countries that the people is coming from is a better climate than here. They have fresher food and things like that, but what they don't have industry, they don't have commerce, Because you have left them you have destroyed all of that. And then you come back here. So when the descendants now, hundreds of years later now, come now and they want better them life because you portray yourself around the world as this is the place to be. You advertise, this is what Britain does. It advertises itself to the world as this place to be. And then when people are coming now, they don't want them. Remember, white people, remember this, that after you lot nearly annihilated first European war into 1917, but the second European war, 1939 to 1945, when you and your cousin them, the Germans, the Italians, and the whole of you was at war. This is why you got the European Union, because it was to say never again, because some sensible ones of you realized, look, we nearly annihilated each other. Because that's what you did. Because who couldn't even agree with yourself, let alone the rest of the flipping world. And after they nearly annihilate each other, the people them that you had as indentured servants, which was the Indians, and the people them that you had as slaves, which were the Africans, they helped you fight your war. Because you had brainwashed those societies for hundreds of years that this was the motherland. Not where they live, not where they come from. But Yasso, everything that they do, they must do in the name of Her Majesty or His Majesty at the time, our grandfather, and then our father, and our uncle, and our kind of something. See? So you've been brainwashing them from the time of a great-great-grandmother, the one Elizabeth I, who sanctioned the enslavement of African people, who made it law. Yeah? And they've never condemned their own family for that. Yeah? If my family go and do something wrong, like it's wrong, innit? What, me supposed to support them kind of wrong? Eh? Is that my hat? If them they go kill off people picnic. If my children them go and kill people children and they kill them out of envy and jealousy, I can't support them. And I love them dearly. But I can't condone them out there. You understand what I say? So these are people that postulate themselves about democracy and fair this and honesty, and them is the biggest lying thief and bitch them in the world. Sometimes when me talk about me just get rotted, vexed. Because sometimes I don't like that, because when I hear them and I see them on their news and all these news things that they hog up the airwaves, like the airwaves belong to them. Like the microwave belong to them. It's dead, the microwave dead already. And they hug it up with their lies and their deceit. And you are not allowed to come and express yourself from your position of how you see things. No, you got to do it within the framework that they think you must do it. So there's no real freedom of speech. That's all bullshit. There's no freedom of speech. There's freedom of speech with conditions. Now, if it was a thing I was talking about, yeah, go kill people, then yeah, obviously. But what the truth that I'm spurting out, they don't want to hear that truth. Yeah? They don't want to hear that truth. So white people, go and study your history. And then maybe you won't be upset with the people that you'll see that don't look like you. Because you feel upset with, you're supposed to get a shrine and burn some fire underneath your ancestor them. Because it's for them far while we're there. Yeah? And stop blaming the victims and thinking that you're victims yourself. You ain't no victim. You're a predator. And that if you overstand. So says the prophet Kwaku. And that me I tell you now. Me I tell you the truth. You might not like to hear it. But you need to hear it. And you need to go study it too. Because there's not no innocent in this thing here. Because on the benefit from all the wickedness that they have done. Yeah, you don't belong in the United States. None of you, not your Spanish or none of you Europeans belong nowhere in the Americas, but you're there. In the millions. You don't belong in Australia. You don't belong in New Zealand. You don't belong in Papua New Guinea. You don't belong there. Your anatomy is not designed for some of those climates. That's why you're dead in droves of skin cancer in Australia. Yeah? Because you don't business there. You for going in the Antarctic. I'm going to live there. In a igloo. And maybe the Inuit them don't want you there to heat up. So when you're talking about you don't want people in your country, supposing all the people them that descend from where you live, all of you had to come back home to where you come from, you'd have more of a population problem than we would. Because Mama Africa is big. Can hold all Africans from around the world with space to spare. Who no couldn't? But you talk like that because you're arrogant. And you speak like that because your military power gives you the power to speak like that. Because your racist nature gives you that power. Well, I'm here to take that power from you. And tell you to look inside yourself and what your people have done, and the fact that your government cannot even apologize to the Africans who they destroyed their land, destroyed our culture. Well, we kept it. And that's the basis of my show this evening. Because the basis of my show is about tradition and culture. And what does tradition and culture mean? That's the basis of my show today. Now, I never knew I was going to say all that I said just before this, because that wasn't what I was going to talk about. But obviously, the Spirit led me that way. Because I do things what the Spirit might guide me in the wrong way still. But I'm Spirit-led. I'm a spiritual man. Yeah? I don't always get it right. But I go where the energy leads me. Yeah? And me dip on earth. And me want to experience planet Earth. A lot of us come here and we don't experience the planet. Because other people's got ways of making sure you don't experience it. You stay in your little flipping place. And you don't flip and go nowhere. Rest up your little self. And I saw them deal with it. And we have to move out of that web of containment. Because traveling, is a knowledge opener, like anything else, It's one of the greatest knowledge opener, traveling. When you travel the world and live amongst different people and see how people live. I mean, I talk about amongst Europeans because them is the wicked. You understand? When you go amongst them, you have to care because them just have this, like them have an innate hate. If anybody who don't really look like, in fact, look like them have an innate hate, but for themselves. Because even with the football match and all them things, them fight and chop up and go on with all kind of madness. You know, see? So in tune to the Nubian Forum People's Talkshow live here on the Rock 926.com inside with the Prophet Kwaku. Now, give me a text and let me know where you're listening from, and we get somebody. Where did we get somebody from last week? I think we get somebody from Canada and the Netherlands. Yeah. I don't even know if they're tuning in this week. Maybe it was an accident, but the number, if you're outside of Britain, is plus 447 534. Is it 075? Yeah, 7534. Yeah, 695245. And if here is 07534. Is that the number? I wonder if I get the wrong number. I read the wrong number now. Let me can't remember the number again. Cause to me start with the plus 44 thing and them thing there. See it. Coming like me do the wrong number. Well, anyway, see it there anyway. 075, yeah, 07534. Yeah, 695-245. That's the number, I'm quite sure of it. Yeah, I have a text here. It reads, T, tuned in from Old Street. Big up yourself, T. Rise up yourself every time. Yeah, so give me a text in and let me know if you're tuning in loud and clear on the rock926.com. Now, I want to talk about tradition, you know, because tradition, yeah, is something that I think we really should pay attention to you know, and the question I want to ask, and I want to get the answers from you Africans, yeah? Do you think that tradition is important to a society? And if it's important, why is it important? Why is tradition important? And is tradition something you can use for a successful business or to successful spiritual practices? Can we use tradition in that way? And should we? And if we should, how should we implement it? I want to hear your views on this, because I saw something on the internet and it really disturbed me, and I felt hopeless. And I'm sure a lot of you have seen this image, and it's the image of a Chinaman in Africa somewhere with two young African girls, and they could be no more than probably 13, 14. No bra, no top on, and he's got them, his hands over them, and he's holding their breasts and laughing. And I felt so, I want to swear, you know, so beat him, helpless and angry when I saw that image. Because it's like everybody thinks they got the right, because they got money, to come and take the piss out of our people. And our governments allow this shit to go on. And it's not only in Africa it happens. I've seen it in the Caribbean. I remember one year when I went to Gambia, and I was in a place called Senegambia. And I'm called run this white, because he had two young girls sitting on this like big fat old white man, you know. They must be young girl them. I catch up with him on the little strip there, and police have to come and all them something there. I'm saying, if you lock up them man there, you understand me? And I felt so helpless, yeah? Otep caller, what's your name and where you're calling from?
Yeah, rise up, Prophet, brother Kwaku. I don't know if I'm supposed to call him, but my phone cut out, so okay to call him.
Yeah, you're okay to call in. You got a few minutes still. You got like probably
what
3, 4.
It's already done.
No. I don't know if the ads are gonna come in at 6.
Okay, yeah. I was walking, man, and he was giving me some power, brethren. You see, when I walking at this corner, I mean, some there's a stuff to go with. When he boil up some King Man coffee and stuff, because he might chat some lyrics, you know, because what I've been saying about the Wazungu or them Chupid, I want to remind you of the Black Panthers, yeah, how they did actually go to those poor, they went to the poor whites, yeah, to actually make a little conglomerate, because basically they were suffering the same injustices, you know what I mean? It's just that the white people were white people, and they had they come to a little agreement, but then my man there, the FBI, the CIA man or whatever.
Oh, you're talking J. Edgar.
They mash up the whole thing. But Those are the things. So when they are talk about, hey, some of these people, as you said, they're dumb. They're dumb, bridging, and they don't realise that. You know what? When I was listening to you, right? You know, back when you used to see them war movies, yeah, and they used to have you see the man on the top of the hill, right? Then have used the Irish regiment, the Welsh regiment, and these nasty little sneaky man say, oh, okay, let's bring the Irish in first because they're tough and we don't mind if they're expendable. That's how they used to play like chess bridging. But I don't. These people, I'm telling you. But the biggest, you see, these people that you have to think. All this small little snacky island, will now produce not them produce like chalk and cheese, and coal, right? All them manipulate the whole world. So you got to say to yourself, these people are masters at, as you said, setting one. They would draw a line in the sand and say that brother there, okay, give that one the gun, and give that one there, say that one builder or something like that, or that one tea, you know what I mean, that one industry, and put each other against each other.
Well, so, you see, what they do, because they're not that great, you know. But you see, because in every group of people, you have what they call dissidents, people who's upset with the government. Just like here, yeah. There's people in this country that is upset with the government, but it doesn't mean that they would have the right to go and conspire, say, with Russia now, to come and invade Britain. You understand what I'm saying to you, right? But what happens? What happens? What happened with them? They would go to different parts of the world, and they would see little groups that's upset with the ruling class or whatever the case may be, and they will set them against them. They will fund them, they will fuel them, they will give them arms. They did that in Libya, they did that in Syria, they tried it in Tunisia, and they tried it in Egypt. Yeah, but this is what they do. It's what they do.
But those ones, sorry to cut, those ones are still the elites, because a lot of them are still like the elites in the circles of the upper echelons where they kind of know what the government are dealing with, and right, they try to, well, it's all about power. They try and raise above these people, and then the man said, nah, like the king was there.
But, brother, let's explore something here, my brother. What power is it that they want over the mass of people on the planet? Let's say the theory, yeah, although I don't adhere to this theory, but this is a theory that we all belong to this planet as beings, yeah? Different type of beings.
They pick them up for the lineage. So these people are planning donkeys and years ahead. It's like I heard that, you know, the royal family can't take one plane, you know. Because if I'll take one plane and something happens, the lineage gone, boom, like the Manchester United football team. So there's that one hand, yeah, but there's a second hand what I look at, yeah, with some of our scholars like Dr. Francis and all these people are looking to kind of this genetic annihilation theory as well. I don't kind of believe, because when I look at some of the things is where we say that, okay, one drop of black blood and all that type of thing there, right? But when you look at some of them people, there's a lot of them walking around, you know, and they're white people, but their great-grandfathers were Africans, you know.
Yeah.
And you would look at them, and you would never, ever know that there was but Naya,
the royal family had a African ancestry. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The stroke was it Queen Charlotte Sophia?
Yeah, Charlotte, yeah. And other people as well, they say,
other people. But you see, my thing is this, I'm going beyond that. Because me love my youth, them, and me want my youth, them for go through in a life and them thing then. And me try my best if we can leave like a legacy for them and them thing there. And for those to come. But I'm not looking to annihilate another group of people to achieve that. You understand what I'm saying to you?
Yeah, but yeah, that's when I got. I think this. Mm-hmm.
I'm not looking to go and annihilate as much as I hate what the white people them do to me and my ancestor them, and personally, I'm really too partial what happened to them. Yeah,
it's not. I don't think it's. I don't think it's in the African.
Saying to you, no, what? Listen to what I'm saying now. But I'm not looking to go and annihilate white people or any other group of people unless them attempt to annihilate me.
But you're saying you wouldn't press the bomb? You wouldn't drop a bomb then?
For what? So who's going to benefit from it?
But this is what I'm saying. It's a different mentality.
No, listen to what I'm saying to you, brother. Right? These man them can never drop a nuclear bomb and eat anything, because nobody is a winner from that. Remember, you know, we live on this planet Earth, you know. What you do here, you know, affects the other side of the planet, you know. You understand what I'm saying to you, right?
Yeah, man.
So you know, because we're minute creatures on this planet, we don't realize how small the planet is in terms of the cycle of the planet move, you know. You see the weather we are going and all them something there, you know, is the rainforest them in Africa, India, and the Amazon, you know, is responsible for that, you know.
They're destroying them things there, man. But
so every time the man them chop down tree and chop down and all them things and destroy this and destroy that, it has a rippling effect around the planet. You know, see what are going in America, the whole of South Carolina and all them places are burned down.
Yeah, but Brother Kwaku, this is what I'm trying to say, right? And my little knowledge of the histories of civilizations and our civilizations and other civilizations, I don't think no one's carried on like that in this reign of like the after. Not even I think Greeks and all them lot did. Greeks and Romans did even carry on like this.
Well, the Greeks and Romans took their knowledge from the Africans called Asian Comedians. That's just facts. There's no. They say it themselves. But they corrupted the knowledge they got. You understand what I'm saying? Because of the nature of how they are and how they behave, they corrupted that what was good and them turn it bad.
But what I'm saying
stop. I don't want to go down that road right now. I can do a whole history show on that. But what I want to keep... Let me ask you the question, because I asked the question. Do you think that tradition is important? And if tradition is important, why is it important? That's what I want to discuss in this next hour.
Yeah, that's a very good question. Off the top of my head, I would say it's very important. However, I think it's like when people say San Quoth and all them things there, right? And you say San Quoth, right? You have to kind of take certain things and go with, because it's technological age, right? Our people have always been able to have been inventors and scientists and people who set the technology and the post that the mark where to go for. Because if you look at any of our children, right, if you give them a level playing field, they're excelling everything, right? Everything.
Yeah, definitely.
But what I'm saying is, when the things are against you, when they've got all the institutions.
But Naya. What I want to try and do, my brother, I want to try and help you stay on the mark. You tend to, you chop and chop.
Yeah, I'm sorry. My mind just.
Yeah, but I'm talking about tradition here, beloved. Yeah, so if you can hang up and then call back again when you hear some other people talking.
Yeah, all right. I get a better mind. Yeah,
you get a better feel of. Yeah.
Well, I just want to big you up for soldiering me through the weather, man. Because when you hear you, they say, "Why? I go around with something, you know."
Yeah, we'll give thanks, my brother. Yeah, guys from the
heart.
Yeah, Anna.
Okay.
Yeah, old tip to brother now. Yeah, the ads is off. Thank you, management. I just got a text from management said the ads are off. Thank you very much, management. May the creating ancestors bless God in all ways. You know, so I'm talking about tradition here. This is what I want to talk about, tradition, in this next 50 minutes that we have. And I want us to explore the nature of tradition and what's happened to us traditionally as a people. And is tradition something that we can use to re-evaluate or reignite ourselves? Could we use tradition to get us to get reparatory justice in this country through reparations? Because you know, I don't want to really give my opinions yet. I'll give it probably about another 35 minutes. But I want to hear your opinion. I want to hear what you, and you know, it's neither right nor wrong, or correct or incorrect. Your perception about tradition will come from the experience that you've had within the lifespan of your lifespan. You understand what I say? Remembering that we are a people that's been under constant attack for the last 6 millennia. And so tradition comes and traditions go. So you know, people, feel free to call in 07534. Is it? What was it? I can't remember the number. Can you believe that? Can you believe that me can't remember the number? Hey Naya, if you remember the number, just text me the number because me can't remember the number. Yeah, 075. I'm sure it's 07534 695 245. You're in tune to Nubian Forum People's Talk Show, live here on the rock926.com. OTEP caller, what's your name and where you're calling from?
Greetings.
Oh, I know who that is. I know that voice. Is that Brother Kwame from Nottingham?
It could be.
No, it is. I know it is. Yeah,
man.
It's OTEP Brother Kwame. What to say?
Boko. Yeah. So before I get into the thing, obviously, like, I'm doing this on all the stations that I'm coming on. August 1st, man. August 1st is not a long time to go.
Mm-hmm.
August 1st will soon come. Right? August 1st is African Emancipation Day, Reparations March. You know, very, very important that we go to a march. So I urge all your listeners, like I've done on other stations, to go on www.reparationsmarch, that's all one word.
Yeah, reparationsmarch.org.
Yeah, and you can get all the details there, particularly by the aims and objectives of the march, and also sign the petition. Petition is very, very important. The same page on the reparationsmarch.org site, you'll get the section where sign the petition. Read it and sign it off.
Or they can go directly to stopthemangamizi.com.
Yeah, indeed. You know, so on the website as well, which I've been on, sign the petition, and I sent it all my contacts on Facebook or whatever. You can get all the aims and objectives of the march, the principles of the march as well, because some of us think it's just a march. No, it's not just a march. I also view the first as a day of atonement that we reconcile amongst ourselves.
It's not just a march, you know, beloved. Yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
It's an action.
Yes, yeah, it's a community action.
And it's an active action. Remember, I don't know if you've been listening to the show from the beginning.
No, I've got the last half an hour.
Yeah, but the top of the show, I mentioned activism.
Yeah.
And I was explaining that activism is not a bad thing, and it's not an illegal thing.
No.
You know, and so people can get active in the liberation of themselves. You know,
of course.
And so that's what I was talking about. And so the 1st of Messiah, we don't really say 1st of August, but for the people that listen, 1st of August, but we call it the 1st of Messiah.
Yeah.
And why do we call it Messiah? Because Marcus Messiah Garvey was born the 17th of that month. And so we renamed the month, we call it, as African people, the 1st of Messiah. Yeah. And so on that day, you know, we culminate together and we do a marching demonstration to lock down London and we want to lock it down even more this year.
Exactly.
And cost them millions, because it costs them millions.
Yeah.
I tell you, them try to hide it, but we lock down the
Yeah,
place. Yeah.
Of course. You know, and this is why, you know, even this year, it's added importance considering that it is the 400th anniversary of the first explorations that were taken from the west coast of Africa to the so-called New World in August 1619. Gives this year's march much more spiritual and cultural significance than the others that have gone before.
But more important than that, we want people to get involved to assist us to make it happen. So we need security officers,
health and safety, that kind of thing.
We need stewards, first aid, and that type of stuff. And if people are interested in that, I've got a number that I will give at, and just before the show ends, I'll give out the number. If you're willing to get involved in the African Emancipation Day Reparations March, I've got a number that I can give out for people, and I've got email address. So the email address is info@reparationsmarch.org. That's info@reparationsmarch.org. All right, go on, Kwame.
Yeah, so like I said, you know, it's important that we do this at night. Also, chip in. Could I pay some money today towards the reparations committee? Because I think I gathered from what you said or what someone else was saying, it costs about 7 to 8 grand a year. So 7 to 8 grand to actually put on the event. So we need to actually, you know, and the brothers and sisters that are responsible for this, they don't get, you know, there's no funding that they get. So we have to put our hand in our pocket, right? And you know, and put our really hand in our pocket and be able to actually fund these things. So again, I urge the listeners out there, you know, go to our website, reparationsmarch.org, and also, you know, click on the button that says donation, and please donate as much as you can. Even if it's £1. £1 can do something. It can help in terms of the badges. You know, some of the T-shirts and everything. So every little counts, man. So we don't, you know, negate the value of even £1. Because £1 is something. If there's 8,000 people putting £1, that's our aim achieved. You know what I mean? So every little counts, man. So I beg our brothers and sisters and those friends of Africa, because I know last time in the march I saw some Caucasian people there, and the marching, and I don't have any issue with Caucasian people coming in the march, because obviously they have been brainwashed, like you said, you know, and they need to understand why we have the 1st of August and why it's important culture to us, and also to even to them, because their ancestors were responsible for the biggest crime against humanity, namely the enslavement of African people, and their ancestors as well were responsible for the biggest payout that this country has done before the financial crisis of 10 years ago, paying more than, in today's value, £25 billion to 46,000 British slave owners for local compensation or loss of earnings. And this is why it's important for white people as well, and I know they're listening, to familiarize themselves with the aims, objectives, and principles of the march, and even self-donate to the Reparations Committee. Now, as far as the question is concerned, tradition, of course tradition is very, very important, because tradition, you know, what's what I'm looking for? It kind of navigates how you see yourself in society, how you view marriage, how you view relationships, how you view doing business with other people, particularly those that look like you. So tradition is very, very important, and even the symbols of tradition can point you in a way to actually, you know, practice or put into practice certain values, morals, and principles that come out of that tradition. You understand what I'm saying?
I'm listening. Go on.
So, yeah, for example, right? So because I follow my heart, let's say my heart is a principle, tradition, right? My heart, truth. So if I'm with a woman, right, my tradition is to be honest, open, transparent with that woman, not to lie to that woman, not to be deceptive to that woman, and not to, you know, not in harmony with that woman, right? So if I practice my tradition in my relationship, right, I'm actually practicing what has been ordained to me by the Creator and by the ancestors. Again, if I go into business with somebody, right, using principles of my heart, to be harmony, to be in good order, to have balance, to that person I'm doing business with balance, yeah, you know, to reciprocity with that business partner, right, to practice, truth, righteousness with my business partner, that is conducive to fostering a good business relationship with that partner based on those three principles and values that I've just mentioned. That comes about of my tradition. You understand what I'm saying? So tradition has certain principles and tenets that can guide you in your life cycle, the cycle of life or the African life cycle. You know what I mean? So that you live in harmony with self, live in harmony with nature, live in harmony with community, live in harmony with your race. And that's how really we should be.
So in your opinion, in the tradition can make you successful?
Of course it does. Mm-hmm. Why do you think other cultures are successful? For example, let's take the Indians or the Chinese, because they use their tradition, which emanates from their culture, right? And they use those tenets of their tradition and culture to facilitate with business, marriage, friendship, education, whatever. Do you know what I mean? Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And that's what we must do. We must use our African culture, right, our tradition, our spirituality, right, to form good, wholesome relationships, to form good, wholesome marriages, to form good, wholesome business practices, to form good, wholesome, tenets that will make us live in harmony with one another and also the environment that we're in. Because if we had these principles, right, a lot of the dysfunctionality that we see in our community wouldn't happen. But like I said, if I'm open with you as a man, right, to a woman, and you're reciprocating back to me, then we would have a very, very transparent, loving and fruitful relationship. There wouldn't be this, going undercover, I'm going behind the woman's back, or the woman's going behind my back. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And that's what I've stuck to. That's what I touched. That's why for me, right? I never be with more than one woman. And it's why for me, I can't be with more than one wife. That's just the way I view my culture and the practice of my culture to a degree. You know what I mean? And I inculcate that same vibration to my children as well. Rather than expect my daughter to have more than one husband. You know what I mean? I don't expect my son to have more than one wife. Because that's not the culture and tradition that I'm passing on to them.
Well, I cannot adhere to that because I've never been
that's you.
a man who can just have one woman. You know what I mean? That is how I've been, and I'm just telling you the truth.
Yeah, obviously, yeah.
There's men who, and that's a tradition too. Yeah, you understand what I'm saying? That's a tradition, and it's a tradition that we have taken through centuries, and we've built great empires with a tradition like that.
I don't doubt that, but like I said,
but we're not going down that road. Really, we're talking about tradition and culture. Can tradition and culture elevate us as a people?
Definitely, no, definitely.
You understand what I'm saying?
No, definitely.
And you gave a couple of examples.
Yeah, in tandem with our spirituality as well, it can elevate us to a higher level than what we are now. Because right now,
but let me ask you before I let you go. Let me ask you a reverse question. Mm-hmm. Can tradition destroy your culture?
Of course, particularly if it's not practiced in the right way. So if you're not practicing the culture in the right way, karma will get you. Karma has a habit of coming back to you when you least expect it. So when you're practicing out of your cultural modality, right, karma can come back to haunt you. This is why, in essence, Africa is the way that it is, because we're practicing not our own culture, but somebody else's culture, whether it be Christianity or Islam, right? And as long as we practice someone else's culture and tradition, and not practicing our own African culture, then we will never rise as a people, man.
I must add to what you just said there. Thank you very much for that call, Kwame.
Right, give thanks.
Give thanks for your contribution. Yeah. 07534. Is it 534? 344. 0753. I should ask Kwame what the number was, Kwame, I can't remember the number and I can't go in the phone for it. So if you remember the number, well, you know the number, just text me the number. Text me the number so I can read out the correct number, because I'm not sure if I'm reading out the correct number. 07534 695 But I wanted to add something to what Brother Kwame said. When I asked him the question, do you think that tradition can destroy your culture? He answered, yes, about karma and things, but then he went on to say, if you're practicing somebody else's tradition, like Christianity and Islam. But I don't think that it's only Christianity and Islam that has devastated the African people's traditions and cultures. I think it's just general behaving outside of ourselves and adopting foreign behaviors. Because a lot of the behaviors that we take on is not necessarily because the people them is Christian or they're Muslim. You know what I mean? Some them are Arab or them are European, and they're not religious anyway, and they just live a particular type of life, and we've engaged in that life, which is contradictory to even the religions that they practice. And then that's a tradition. You understand? 07534 695 245. I'm sure. Something tell me I'm reading out the wrong number, you know. 07. Anyway, I got text series. Kwaku, them never seem to complain about Australian or too much white South African in the country. Bless. P.S. Big up West Indies, better them. And then I'm not gonna say that last word. Yeah, 712. Hi Kwaku, I can pick you up loud and clear. I'm Burak. Old time. Or Berjak. Yeah, old time Berjak. Big up yourself. Yeah. Well, Berjak, text me the number for this telephone number, please. Because I can't. My mind is just gone blank. I don't even know if I'm reading out the right number. Yeah. You know, we've got about half an hour left. 07539. Is it 539? 07. Can't remember it. Anyway, you're in tune to Nubian Forum People's Talkshow live here on rock926.com. Maybe not remember it. But I said I'd give you my interpretation of what I think tradition is. I don't want to give it yet until I go down to the half hour. So we've got 7 minutes. But I also want to address what is it that we can do to force the African governments, wherever they are on the continent of Africa or in the Caribbean, to protect their citizens from these vultures who come with loads of money. Because that picture of those two young black girls with that Chinese man and his hands over, something tells me that's Angola. I don't know why. I could be wrong, but I know that Angola had a big problem with the Chinese. And what a lot of people don't realize is that the Chinese government is sending pure criminals to those places to get them out of the prisons. They give them money and they let them come down to Africa and them places, and the African leadership is betraying the people. The African, I think the only one who I don't think them gonna be able to do that type of stuff is the leader of Tanzania. Him dep on a different lick. But all these African leaders, I can see why we have coups and disturbances in the country. Because you have no backbone to stand up to the West. You're cowards. And you dishonor the ancestors who fought for their liberation from the tyranny and the yoke of white domination. You are a disgrace to the very soil that you was born upon. And I hope it consumes you for your greed. I mean, what is it about these brother them, man, that they take the wealth of the country and they put in these foreign banks? And here's another thing that I wanted to throw in the mix. The Italian president cussed France, cussed Macron, Macron, cussed him off and said that France are still the colonial powers, along with other European countries that are still colonizing Africa. And that's why the Africans is running out of Africa. You Yeah, because they've same thing that I'm saying. He accused France of it, and the fact of it is he wasn't telling any lie, because at least 14 countries in definitely in Western Africa. Yeah, there's about 10 countries. Yeah, is it 10 or is it well, I can name you the countries. Yeah, that are controlled by France. Their economy, their money, yeah, the money that the country earns, yeah, goes into the French coffers, yeah, and those countries are Niger, Guinea-Bissau, Senegal, Burkina Faso, Benin. What's the other one again? I think Cameroon, Togo. See these countries, right? They're supposed to be independent states, right? And these countries, they have a combined population of over 100 million. That's going by the statistics of 2014. Yeah, and their GDP is about 130 billion a year as of this year. Yeah, that's their gross domestic product. Is nearly $130 billion this year. Well, not this year, last year, 2018. But all that money goes into French banks. Yeah? And hear the joke of it. Hear the irony of it. It goes into the French banks, and they can only get something like I think it's 2 or 3% of it back. And the rest of it, them have to buy. I've never heard nothing of this. The rest of the money that is for them, them have to borrow it at extreme interest from France. Yeah. That's why you see that they wanted to invade Libya, because Gaddafi cut off the flow of money to France, and France was upset, and that's why they went and they had the meeting at the superpower them what them call it again, the Security Council. See, because I'm telling these people, them is devils. Them are devil. Them is the wickedest thing that walk on 2 foot. Me I tell you. And that's why white people, you need to look into yourself. And don't think that people is running out their country because they want to run out their country. Run their country because you destabilized it. Your governments did it. Yeah? Your governments did it. You understand? Enough of you sit down there with your bigotry self. Oh, they're coming over here. What we should do, you should shut your mouth. Shut your blows and skirt mouth. Because you don't know shit. You don't know nothing. The lifestyle that you have here, the lifestyle, even me who live here, because me still a benefit. If it's just a little minute thing from the robbing them I do of our people, them. Yeah? And the lifestyle that people have here, yeah, is because other people can't get lifestyle in other more country. You understand me? We not see no whole heap white people are run out of blows and skirt South Africa and Botswana, Namibia, and flipping Zimbabwe and all them places. All the bad them say Zimbabwe, but them not left. Cause nothing do them. No fire not reach them under them clot. And fire for reach them. Cause them too wicked. Oh, you can in a people them country. And you know, say your ancestors come out of that country and kill half the people them. And do all disease and all kind of something to them. And use them as some biological experiment. Because that them do to black people in South Africa. Under the water government and what they call Pretoria at the time. Yeah, they were using our people them as experiments, and you know that, and you want to say, well, you're human, innit? Yeah, you got a heart, innit? That's what you want to say. So you want to say that, but you ain't prepared to readdress the wrongs that has been done. You still want to come and talk about your aid. Or you can give to people that which you have stolen from them and then charge them for it and say, yeah, give them aid. You're giving out, you're paying back what you owe. You understand? And keeping us in perpetual high interests that can never be paid off. Never. This is what I'm saying to you, black people. That is happening to our people in our motherland. So can tradition change things? 07539 695 245. Give thanks T. Yeah, 07539 695 245. That's the live link number, or you can send a text in on that number. You're in tune to the Nubian Informed People's Talk Show, live here on the rock926.com. And before I go, I ain't going yet, but I'm going to top of the hour. But I want you to, make you aware, if you're not aware already, that we have a new talk show on the station that comes on a Wednesday afternoon from 4 till 6 p.m. But it's a different type of talk show. Nothing like this. Yeah, this is the Fireman Show. This show is about mathematics. Yeah, and the host name is Pi Ratio. And the show is about using maths in our everyday life and helping people with mathematical problems. And so there's a segment of the show where children can ring up if they've got problems with their homework. And when we say, and students, so this person is an actual tutor, mathematics tutor, and he tutors math up to the level of A level. You understand what I'm saying? And so if you're interested in that type of show, tune in this station, the rock926.com, on a Wednesday from 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. inside that mathematical experience, which is called the Math Surgery with the host, Pi Ratio. Yeah, you're in tune to Nubian Informed People's Talk Show, live here on the rock926.com. Well said, Kwaku. But Kwaku, those African leaders don't have to go along with it. They choose to. Anyone in their right mind will stop the payment. Well, you know what, brother? People. You know that I'm a staunch advocate for African people around the world. I'm a supporter of our people, and I do my best to try to elevate our people. But I have to be truthful and honest. We got some wicked people amongst us, and we got people that will betray our people. And unfortunately, there's no price to betray an African. There's no price to pay for betrayal of African people, whether it be on the continent or whether it be anywhere else in the world. And that's what the problem is. Because nobody respects African life, including Africans. Now, I might respect it, but when we check it out, how things are transpiring in certain countries, now they're allowing certain things. It's like slavery has not ended. It never ended. It just changed format. And this is why we in the African Emancipation Day Reparation March Committee are so adamant to continue our annual demonstration, our annual awareness, our annual Africating motion of our people about who they are. Because that's what the African Emancipation Day Reparation March is on the 1st of Mazai. That's what it's all about. It's all about awakening African people. Yeah, because our biggest fighters are African people who tell us that was in the past. I forget about that now. You're never going to get nothing. They're never going to this and that. It's like they missed the plot completely. And some of us have been infused in this society, fused in this system, that we now don't even resonate with our own pain. And so now we follow somebody else's tradition, somebody else's culture, somebody else's metaphors and mores and, the whole shebang. And we've adapted them and made them ours. And we no longer adhere to our own cultural practices and our own traditions. And whether we want to accept it or not, when our parents came here from the Caribbean, I'm a descendant of African people that came here via the Caribbean. Yeah? And when they came here, those people had a tradition. There are certain traditions that they follow. So, for example, they came to a hostile territory. Yeah? Let me read out this text here. Kwaku, that why them take out Saddam, because he want to sell oil in euros, not dollars. That's true. Pick up yourself for 712. That is so true about that. And we can... But you didn't... Even if you did not answer, not disrespect elders. Now, if somebody ring me and say, boy, quick, because a man from North London could have come to my house in South London and no said we couldn't go in the front room, and vice versa. And also when they knocked the door, they got to address my parents then. And even my parents run them from the door. They wouldn't back answer. That was tradition. Yeah? There were certain things that we did traditionally. Yeah? Children didn't back answer parents. Children didn't, if your parents was talking, you think you could have just run in like some children, mommy or daddy, and them don't say excuse me or anything like that. Them just butt in like you and them. A friend. Traditionally, you could not do that type of stuff. But now we do it traditionally. You see where I come from now? Yeah? Traditionally, if you're walking a road and you're doing something wrong as a young person, yeah, another elder could pull you up for it. And if need be, give a good hiding. If you run up your mouth and you couldn't go home to your parents and tell them, say, Miss Matty down the road, or Mass Gussie down the road, or whatever, I have to clap you up and them things, because them are going to give another clapping. Because where you do, they make big people have to give a clapping. That was tradition. And what that did, it created a form of manners and respect. Now, I'm not saying that it's everything that we did. Our parents did when we first come to this country and things like that. That was correct. I mean in some cases, that he said they went over the top, but... Oh, that caller, what's the way you call it from? Apologies.
Yeah, right. Sorry, quick one. Yeah. Quickly say, we realise now, right, we have to know. I want to ask, is there a difference between, like, what is tradition and culture then?
Well, I don't know. What do you think?
Well, I say yes, because the tradition in Africa, right, when I like you say, when you got to the encampment, yeah, no, it's actually, you know what, to be honest, yeah, it's quite similar, because, you know what, I've just stumped myself there, because, you know what, right, I just realised, hold on, the reason why I stumped myself is here, because when I went into the African camp, I didn't know my name, you understand? When they say, where you name, which, let me give them a Wazungu name, like a European name, you understand? And I felt embarrassed.
No, but you shouldn't feel embarrassed by that, brother, because if you know your story and you know how you came by that name, you shouldn't feel embarrassed by it. You know? The
thing is, I don't think they know the story. I don't know. I think they know the story, but I don't think it's as prevalent as our plight in terms of like finding ourselves over here. In terms of people who come from the diaspora. When you go to Africa, it's like where I watched something today as well on the news or social media, whatever. Yeah, no, it's a sister. Yeah, his sister is actually she's looking for. Sorry, I don't know if my mind tends to run. So tell me if I'm going off the topic here. What I'm saying is that the woman was saying that, trying to explain to them that she's fighting for citizens, like thing in Gambia where she don't have to. She wants citizenship. And she's saying she's trying to explain to the opposition of the Gambia people that she shouldn't have to. She shouldn't have to come there after. She said.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I know what you mean. I was speaking to a brother of mine who was going to Ghana in a couple of months, and he has to get a visa, and he's a bit upset that cause like me, him changing name and everything like that. Yeah, and
I lip service, right? Then I tell you, when you go to Gambia, first thing, welcome home, Ghana, welcome home, yeah. But really and truly, it's a lip service because from what I'm seeing is now, if you really want to go and settle down there,
but Naya, that's not the subject for the show. So you are straying, and we haven't got that long left, beloved. You know what I mean? But I hear your point,
well, good thanks.
and I give thanks for that. Yeah, I hear your point. Yeah, and I'm gonna address. Because a subject like that, I need to give it at least an hour. You know what I mean?
All right then. Yeah. Well, good thanks for the good thanks for the show, still. You know?
Yeah. All right then. Rise up, respect every time. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, brother Naya. Yeah, 07539695245. You can call or you can send in a text. Yeah, I think that what brother Naya was. I was talking to my brother Kojo the other day, and he said, he has to go to Ghana. And he has to apply for a visa, and this is how they got us. This is practice and their tradition. Instead of creating our own to benefit ourselves, these are people who are going to build, who's going to do something, who's going to develop and create employment in the country. Yet we need visa, but Elizabeth don't need no visa. Harry don't need no, Meghan Markle, she don't need no visa either. None of them don't need a visa. Them kind of was in Africa and the Caribbean and nothing. Them don't even get searched. Yeah, for them ship no search, for them airplane can't get searched. You know what drugs them probably ought to bring down there? We don't know where them are bring down in Africa when them and the Caribbean when them are come on them ship and all them something there. What load of wickedness them are come let off in the country. This is it. Because what? You're for the tradition. Imagine, them a live for them tradition, but you're adhering to their tradition. When you burn a fire pan for them tradition, run them. Them ship no for coming at the blows and screw harbour. You understand? But, boom, we allow them. Because we're still slaves. And that's how they view us. Yeah? That is how they view us. White, black, and indifferent. Them no feel no way. Them people, them we are minions to them. I saw them see we. So when you say me say Philip supposedly wrote a letter of apology to the woman whom did have the accident with. But that's all fault. I don't believe none of that. If me know that character for all the years, me know that man, I know that man is a bigot. Yeah? Him not write no letter to them. Remember me tell you, not even Elizabeth can make it. I tell you, Elizabeth, shut up your mouth. Oh, write which letter to them people there? Me I did done, Oh, are you run the country, And I'm me run you, so the school yourself. Now that him I tell her. Right what? The man ain't not write nothing to nobody. Them people don't care about nobody. You understand what I say? Right? And the worst thing that and this whole thing with Brexit, and I want on it to get it, man. I want on it to get your Brexit. Cause when the fire hit in your backside, you're going ball to go back to Europe. Yeah. I want on it to get it. May I tell the truth? I want them to get it, man. I want Brexit to come. Because we as Africans ain't gonna change nothing. Yeah. I'm only glad because it's shot for what you truly are. Oh, Tep Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from? say, you see them for us, not for you and them. Understand? So they stand up there and all their own people talk. Look at the way they even treat their own people. Look at the way they treat Matt, the leader. Him never again the idiot there. Corbyn. All him. The way them treat that man there. They got the whole of the media as against this man. He's so bad. It's one thing I've learned about the system, you know. Anything you see that they're against, yeah, there must be something good about it. Because they're not good themselves. Oh, you can support Theresa May. And Theresa May is the one that created the hostile environment for our people. I was talking to a sister, wanted to see about them who come out of school. Right? Them treated her like a criminal, and a woman come here in 1976, you know, when she young. Yeah? And she's only ever worked for the government. Yeah? But because she never take a British passport, she keep her Jamaican passport. When this hostile environment, she got a letter tell her so she need to leave in 24 hours. That's what they said. I said, I'm going to bring her on the show and make you talk about it. I'll probably bring her in next week to talk about it. The letters that they sent to them and what they had to go through to naturalize. And if I go plead to the Queen and all them something there. Yeah. But when they come in your country, they don't plead to your royalty. They don't adhere to your cultural practice and tradition. But they want you to adhere to theirs. Yeah? And you can't enter this country now if you don't know a little bit about Britain and take you through some kind of geographical and historical kind of exam you have to go through. But let me tell you from now, foreigners know more about Britain than the people who live in Britain. Remember me tell you. Them Indian people and some of them people from Africa can come and tell you more about Britain than Ubania. Yeah? Right? It says text read. What was it? Yeah. No, but you understand what I say? So tradition is an important thing. Yeah? But it depends how you practice that tradition. Like they have a tradition, it's football. Every when the football start, I think it starts in late September or something like that, and it go through. That's their tradition. Right now they're in a tradition of in football which them call the FA Cup. It's a tradition. Yeah? Not all traditions are good, but not all of them are bad. You understand me? It's what works for us as a people, not what works for me personally. It's not about what works for me. It's what works for us. Because traditionally as African people, we did things that work for the benefit of the all, not for the benefit of the one. Hence why some of our traditional practices were different than the people them that came in contact with us. Because traditionally and culturally it works. And the whole community benefits from it. You understand me? So there were certain traditions that we practice that now we live in Europe. Like for example, Kwame from Nottingham was saying, you know, he's practiced tradition to his son and his daughter and rete. But equally, we have traditions where men had more than one wife. And it was traditionally necessary to have that because of the ratio between men and women. That way, you couldn't go around the back door no sneaking like I used to do. Yeah? And I have done. And a lot of men like me have done. Because that has become traditional. And that's not good. You understand what I'm saying? So when you have your own when you drop your tradition now and you adopt somebody else's tradition, yeah, it creates problems. It used to be traditional that on Fridays, we didn't cook. No household I went to on Fridays cooked. They call it Ben Johnson night. Yeah, and nobody no cook. Yeah, so you probably ever eating what left over from the night before, and then Sunday a soup, tradition, rice and peas, and Saturday a soup, rice and peas, and whatever a Sunday. Yeah, that was tradition. How many of us do that traditionally now? We don't, do we? Everybody I got a restaurant and everybody I eat out. You understand me I say? Because we don't do things traditionally. Yeah? Traditionally, when I was growing up, every year with the Sunday school, we went on an outing. That was tradition. Although I never liked going Sunday school, but I liked going to the outings. And we got to know each other and things like that. Different setting, totally different. Tradition. It used to be tradition that you never go to an adult, so you never address an adult by their first name. You either call them uncle, aunt, and mum, got to know each other and things like that. Different setting, totally different. Tradition. It used to be tradition that you never go to an adult, so you never address an adult by their first name. You either call them uncle, aunt, and mum, yeah, or Mrs. this or Mrs. that, or Mr. this or Mr. that. Now, people call you by your first name. Some little 10-year-old looking at you and call you Kwaku. Like, boy, me and them is brethren. And their parents condone that. But what you don't realise that you're setting there in motion is disrespect. Yeah? Otep caller, what's your name and where you calling from?
Yes, Elder. Probably quick. Well, he's not an elder. Bigger brother. We're not saying no, right? Quick one. Right? When you say no, traditional is so, you know, you have woman, you know, where you sneak and ready to say. Well, me would say, you know what I mean? We used to follow the bigger man them still. You know what I mean? I can't deny that, yeah, but I'll tell you what happened to me. When you find a sister that don't give a damn.
No. I want to talk about. Hold on a second, Naya. Keep it on.
No, but it's tradition. You're talking about tradition.
Yeah. So
keep
it on tradition.
You hold on. You told me that was part of the tradition. Where you said, and it is because what it is, right? But this is the difference between culture. You understand? Because when you follow, I used to follow a bigger man like you know what I mean, to say why, you know what I mean, that man would this a girl and that woman. You understand? But the thing what happened to me is that when you find a sister that don't give a damn and she sting you the way you don't. Anyway, I'm just talking about my own experience. Yeah, I had to fix up because what happened is like when you find a sister that don't, it's like say, boy, I'm going to we're going to deal with you, but we're not really business about you. You understand? You kind of think, boy, we have to treat these sisters them in a bit more respect, like the way I want it to be treated. So I'm just talking about my journey. That's what happened to me. So I'm just saying the tradition. I can see the tradition because I had to follow people. You know what I mean? The people that I know and the family and whatever. You know what I'm saying? That was in the tradition.
The thing is, really, I mean, look, if you go in their dictionaries and look in their dictionary, they will tell you that.
I'm not looking in their dictionary. I'm asking you because you brought up the subject.
Yeah,
you know
but I'm just saying to you because we're speaking in the language of the English, and it's English language we're speaking, and so it can't really define our theology.
Is that a cult? Is that just a tradition cross over into culture then? Because
not really, because tradition is about, I think, customs, beliefs. You know, it's things that one generation passes to another. Yeah. you know,
No, but if you look into culture now,
yeah.
if you look at the culture now, right, I can tell you the direct problems that we're having from our history. I can show you direct lines of.
Yeah, but culture is about the achievements of a people that they've done like collectively
our culture,
or something like that.
Our culture was broken.
Social behavior. You know what I mean? Ideas. You know what I mean? That type of thing.
Our culture is broken now. We're only trying to pick up fragments. So you're saying that we ain't got no culture no more. What are you saying?
No, I never said we never. No. I'm not saying that we never had no culture. I never said those words.
No, I'm saying nowadays.
What I said earlier is that we've lost our traditions. I was talking about tradition. Culture is another thing, but it's tradition I was talking about. And tradition and culture could be interchangeable in one way or another, but culture is more about customs, isn't it? It's particular customs, and those customs, we've forgotten them because some people haven't passed them down, but some of our people have passed it down. And what I'm saying is, traditions can be created at any point in time. You know, families do things traditionally, innit? You know, you got some family on a holiday together, and that's a tradition, you know.
Yeah, man, you're on fire today, man. It's a good lecture. It's a good lecture, you know. If there's a lecture, I know, you know.
We'll give
put you to our next theatre. I'll put you to our next theatre. Jan and Rick down. I'll put the Jan and Rick and man here.
Yeah, all right then. All right. Yeah.
All right. Yeah, guys.
Yeah, so we're at the last 2 minutes of the show. I don't think I'm going to take any more calls now. I think I'll just talk out the last 2 minutes and just explain to people that the reason why I brought up this subject, because I looked at the state of our people planetarily. I looked at what was happening in the Americas, in the Caribbean, on Mama Africa, and right here where I live. And I've noticed that things that we did traditionally, we don't do them no more. You know, we used to meet. I remember traditionally every year in our little area where we used to live, we used to go swimming. Every summer, everybody in the area, all the black people, and the big guys then would take us to swimming. I remember my brethren, a guy called Paul Wilson, taught me how to roll ice skate. It was ice skate. He taught me how to ice skate. Me and my brethren Garrett Amerton, when we was about 11, he took us to the ice rink in Streatham, and we used to go ice skating every week until we can't go there by myself. I remember my brethren, and Clarence give me my first skating balls and then things. Those things were traditions. We don't do them no more. So tradition is important, brothers. It's coming to the end of the show. And up behind me is Bandit, and then after Bandit is Big G. Yeah, William Wildself. Big up his.
Keeping it lit with your number one DJ.